welcome to another episode of Two Straws.
Two Straws!
This is Angela Hill. I am Jessica Penne, and we will be covering UFC 226, Stipe Miocic versus Daniel Cormier.
If this card were a girl, it would be the girl that hangs out with all the duffs to make herself look prettier, because, like, we haven't had a card this great in a long time.
Well, this card is definitely stacked. Kind of like Rachel Austin.
Oh, yeah, baby. Give me this card.
We have fighters such as Uriah Hall versus Paulo Santos. We have Khalil Roundtree versus Gokhan Saki.
I love them. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Half of those fights are going to look like Dragon Ball Z fights, so you guys definitely shouldn't miss it. We also have Perry versus Felder. Felder's a late replacement. And Perry is now 2% black, so adjust your betting odds accordingly.
You're welcome. Well, it is International Fight Week, so it's no wonder that this card is stacked. Tough Undefeated is leading up to this, where the coaches Stipe Miocic versus Daniel Cormier have been coaching all of these guys that are undefeated in the Ultimate Fighter House, and now they're going to compete the night after the Ultimate Fighter finale.
Yeah, I bet you watched every episode.
Totally.
Yeah.
We're not here to talk about the Ultimate Fighter finale, other than the fact that Rachel Ostovich is on the card.
Rachel Ostovich. She looks like a walking Instagram filter.
She is. She's gorgeous. I have a girl crush.
Oh.
Hate to admit it, but... No? Country song? No, it's a really good song.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
Totally creepy. And we have to honorably mention the rebooked fight between Chiesa and Pettis. Battle of the Mama's Boys. Has been rebooked for UFC 226 after that whole weird bus shattering glass, throwing a dolly at the window incident.
If you want the breakdown, go look at the other Two Straw episode. 7, I think. Hopefully Chiesa doesn't defend kicks the same way he defends chokes, by going stiff and claiming you defend it after the ref stops the fight.
I didn't tell him.
No. Run the tape back.
In a heavyweight matchup, not to miss, we have Francis Ngannou versus Derek Lewis.
One punch black man versus one punch black man. Who will win?
I feel like this is the battle of who's not going to guess out first.
Yeah, that's true. Battle of two guys you wouldn't want to be caught in a jail cell with. I can say it because I'm black.
Can you? Is
Yeah.
that okay? Battle of the bull versus elephant seal.
Oh, yeah, he does do that, doesn't he? It's the battle of the two create your characters, where you got rid of all the other stats, put up the punching stat, put up the strength, and hope for the best.
Such a nerd.
Whatever.
Fucking nerd.
Gamer for life.
And luckily, this fight is on pay-per-view, so it ends in about 5 to 30 seconds, being generous. You don't have to worry about all those advertisements trying to fill in the time gaps on Fox Sports 1.
Race me so we can get pizza.
Ping pong.
Hey, Demetrius, I don't have any belts. Do you have any belts for me? Honey, this rug is so dirty.
I'm going to get Dominic Cruz to punch it clean.
I'm out of here.
I mean, all kidding aside, these men have insane knockout power. Derek Lewis, Francis Ngannou, they are lethal striking machines.
Nasty.
Not the best cardio you've ever seen. Probably actually like the worst cardio I've ever seen. But
I mean,
that's
heavyweights,
neither here nor
though.
there. They are heavyweights. They're not known for their endurance. However, they are known for their one-punch knockout power, which everybody tunes in to see. And we're going to see who hits that button first.
Jess, who'd you rather date? Tall, dark, and handsome, but kind of personality-less, or kind of frumpy, but really funny, and he climbs on the bed on top of you at night like this?
No.
No? Neither?
No.
Oh. We don't have a fight prediction, guys. Sorry. She doesn't want to cooperate. But we're Rhonda.
The other one.
This next fight breakdown is brought to you by Ortega sauce. America's #1 taco sauce. Thick and smooth. Just like Derek Lewis.
In the co-main event, we have featherweight champion Max Holloway versus Brian Ortega.
T-City population, guy in his triangle.
Or guillotine.
Why am I showing this? You had a fucking black.
I was like, seeing if I've taught you anything and it's stuck. That's all. Clearly it hasn't. In this featherweight matchup, we have an interesting mix-up between the new school versus the even newer school. We have Brian Ortega. Who, really, this is an interesting matchup. Brian Ortega has kind of been catapulted up into a title shot by taking out Cub Swanson, crafty veteran. He finished him with a submission. And Frankie Edgar, another guy who was always just about on the brink of title contention, ended up putting him away. The first time in Frankie Edgar's career, it was a very impressive finish. TKO stoppage.
Yeah.
And
no one expected that.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Not me.
Nobody.
No, I would have lost a bet.
Speaking of bets, we'll get to that later. That uppercut came out of nowhere. No one expected him to. It
actually came out of his back pocket.
Yeah, he pulled it out and fucking nailed him with it. He's really durable. He'll take a lot of damage, but then he'll bring it back in the last round, or he'll get a sub, or he'll get a knockout. And Max is just able to pick people apart. I mean, like both of his fights with Aldo, he's just very good at reading people. So I feel like this is going to be a really hard one for Ortega to come back from, even if he gets that, adversity that we're used to seeing him get in the fight.
Max Holloway is definitely, really coming into his own. He's always been talented. He's always been crafty, but you're seeing him just get so far ahead of his opponents. He has great game planning. He has great footwork, great at shifting, switching stances and distance. And, he's all around just become a really amazing fighter, and definitely a top-notch challenge for Mr. coming up into the big leagues, Ortega.
Yeah. And if our boy Jeremy couldn't knock out Max Holloway, I have a hard time believing Ortega's going to.
True.
Totally unbiased.
And in the main event, we have Stipe Miocic, our heavyweight champion, versus Daniel Cormier, DC, our light heavyweight champion.
Yeah, Cormier's going for that double belt. He's going to be the first person ever in the UFC to hold 2 championship belts. That's pretty exciting, right?
No, not the first.
Oh, wait, yeah, there was another person, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. BJ Penn.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how I forgot about that.
Yeah, how could you forget him?
Wait, no. There was one that was more recent. Super famous, held 2 belts.
Has a really sick accent.
Sick accent. Yeah, everyone loves him.
Yeah.
GSP.
Yeah.
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 Anyway, he'll be the third person to hold 2 belts in the UFC. This is pretty monumental.
That'd be a feather in his cap. This is a pretty cool thing. This is what I like to think of as like, the super fight of all super fights for the UFC. I think it's really amazing that they've gone this route because, you think back in Pride and Dream, we have these Grand Prix, we have all of these crazy, insane matchups, and the UFC is finally making it happen.
Yeah, I wish that there were more weight classes just so you could see it happen more. Like that huge gap between 55 and 70. 70
to 85.
You could have had so many matchups between weight classes
Definitely.
there. Of course, Jessica is always a fan of the 105 being added. And, I wouldn't mind a 110. Fuck it.
This is a really exciting time. I think that this is an intriguing matchup. We have somebody, DC, who takes on, much larger, heavier, stronger, more powerful people, and he kind of has his way with them. He has great wrestling, Olympic caliber wrestling. However, we have Stipe Miocic, who is a powerhouse. He's an athlete. He's, no stranger to wrestling, and I think he's the more well-rounded out of the 2 fighters.
Yeah, and extremely underrated, too. He's the first heavyweight champion to defend 3 times in a row. Like, no one's ever done that. And it doesn't seem like a lot, but sometimes you get knocked out, and it could be just like a glancing blow because these guys are so big. So that's super impressive to me, the fact that he's able to continue that streak.
And, I kind of attribute that to his athleticism. I think he is one of those heavyweights that is like extremely well built for this weight class. He's athletic, he has great cardio, he has great technique, and
not too much extra fluff.
Exactly. or not too much muscle that's like sucking up your oxygen and making you just like die.
This isn't the first time that Cormier's fought at heavyweight. He did the Strikeforce Grand Prix when he was a bit of a rookie, and he had his way with a lot of those guys. Ended up winning that. So, yeah, the only reason he went down to light heavyweight was because his friend Kane was a heavyweight. Cormier is really good at that wrestling thing, especially the fireman's carry. Cormier is a really good wrestler, but he also has some underrated striking. So I'm wondering if Stipe is going to be able to handle it.
I think Stipe is going to be able to withstand the heat.
Oh, well, you know what they say about firemen? You come in hot and they leave you wet. Ooh.
After Stipe wins, he's going to be like, "Where the hose at?"
Love in the face. So yeah, I'm really excited for this fight. I have Stipe winning, but either way, I'm going to be excited to watch and excited to cheer for whoever takes the win.
Absolutely. This has been another episode of Two Straws. This is Angela Hill, who I'm going to kill.
Yeah,
and I'm Jessica Penne. Thank you for joining us, and don't miss UFC 226, Miocic versus Cormier.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Guess who won the bet an episode ago?
That didn't happen.
Me.
No,
So,
you didn't.
I got the perfect bet for you.
That's void.
It's really simple.
No.
All you got to do is have a drink. But not this drink. I'll be right back. So today, we're going to do a Clamtini. This is going to be a special cocktail made especially for UFC 226 featuring Ortega. Fresh. You're going to use about half an ounce of clams. Muddle that up real nice. Now, right when it looks about cat food consistency, it's ready to go. We're going to use 1.5 ounces of Vitali lemon vodka, 3 dashes of chocolate bitters, and about 1 ounce of Ortega taco sauce. You can just eye it. Now we add the ice and we're ready to shake. But first, we want to make sure that the glass is chilled, because everybody knows a perfect Clamtini is ice cold. I'm using the Hawthorne strainer because you still want a few of the chunks in the Clamtini. We're going to top it off with a little clam garnish. 1 dash of bitters for color, and bon appetit. Gonna do a sign up?
With that there. This has been another episode of Two Straws.
My hand smells like clams.
This is
Not the first time in my life.
college years.
Just once.
This is Angela Hill, and I am Jessica Penne, and thank you again for joining us. Don't miss UFC 226, July 7th. Stipe Miocic versus Daniel Cormier.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
Good God. No.
Just a sip. You like it? Come on, take a big girl sip. Big girl sip. Come on, just one. Just one. Just a little gulp.